Well, hello, friends. Good to see you again. Thanks for clicking on the video of the week. We are always just so excited to join you here in this space. Thanks for taking time out of your week, out of your schedule to be with us. And it's just, it truly, and I'm going to, it is truly a joy to come to you in this format to share life and the word and just our thoughts and musings as God gives them to us for you. It's our privilege to do that. And so for today's video, I actually want to talk about that. Here recently, Celine and I continue to just look to the Lord and say, Lord, what are you asking us to do? Why are we making videos? Why are we doing the YouTube channel? Why are we doing the website? Why are we doing church? Why do we come every Sunday, every Wednesday? Why do we meet with people? And more, everything we're doing can be summed up in one verse. And I want to read it. It's in First John, the first chapter. And I've just always loved it. I'm going to start in verse 1 just because it's so good. It says, "That which was from the beginning, which we have heard, which we have seen with our eyes, which we have looked upon and touched with our hands, concerning the word of life. The life was made manifest, and we have seen it, and we testify to it, and we proclaim it to the and we proclaim to you the eternal life, which was with the Father and was made manifest to us. That which we have seen and we have heard, we proclaim also to you, so that you too may have fellowship with us. And indeed, our fellowship is with the Father and with His Son, Jesus Christ." And again, just those three verses there that John opens up his letter with when he says, "Hey, look, man, we have seen some stuff, we have heard some stuff, we have experienced some stuff, man, we have seen the manifested life of God. We have proclaimed it to you." That, man, and he's saying, man, everything we've seen, everything we've experienced, everything we've heard, all that we've proclaimed and told to you, he says, this is why we did it in verse 4. "We are writing these things to you so that your joy may be complete." And guys, listen, the more and more Selena and I have the privilege of being in ministry, being in church work, missions work, teaching work, content work, our goal is just what John said, is, man, to share and to give to you, Lord, everything God has shown us, the things we've experienced, the things we've gotten to handle concerning the words of life, concerning Jesus and His power, concerning just life and family and godliness and just being. We desire to share these things with you so that your joy would be full. That is our whole heart's desire. I run into so many believers, and I say this all the time, but I say, so many believers, they look like they've been baptized in pickle juice, right? So many times you run into Christ followers and they are depressed, sad, oppressed, dejected, beat down. And now listen to me, I want to make sure this is clear. There'll be times in life that are tough. There'll be situations that happen that make us sad, that bring us grief, that take the wind out of our sails. But at our core, there is joy, right? And our whole desire, Selena and I's desire in doing all that we're doing here for you guys, is so that your joy might be full. If I could help do anything in the modern day church world, is it would help believers, help followers become very satisfied customers of their own salvation. And the reason why I say that is part of my own testimony is for much of my life, I believed. I grew up in a Christian home, went to Christian school, had a great mom, had good parents. My dad, it's another story, but he was on his own journey, I see now. But my mom was faithful to disciple me, to do all she could to get the word of God into my heart. Um, I look back on my life and realize the pathway God put me on to connect me with so many amazing movements of the Spirit and ministries and godly men and women. And I look back and realize that for a lot of that time, I did not enjoy my salvation. I was afraid. I lived in fear of making massive mistakes that would just wreck the will of God and the plan of God for my life. And again, not missing it and doing the wrong thing and getting up to heaven, and God goes, "Well, thanks for trying," you know. And guys, listen, that's not at all what the gospel is. The more we know and understand all that Jesus did for us, the more we have, again, a revelation of just how free he made us, free from sin, free from sickness, free from poverty and lack, free from purposelessness, free to be in union with him. The more we realize all that has transpired, guys, listen, it just brings us joy. I forgot who it was, one of the early kind of, not early like early in church history, but like in the, I think it's the 1950s, 60s, and I'd have to Google it and see. Maybe if you're out there, you can Google this and put it in the comments for everybody. But a kind of a Christian motivational guy wrote a book called The Happiest People on Earth. And he was talking about Christians, about believers. And he was saying, hey, listen, we should be the happiest people on earth. We should just be so full of life and joy and vitality. And more, that is what Celine and I want. We want people to have a joyful marriage, to have a joyful home life. I want you to have a joyful work life. I want you to have a joyful church life. I just want you to have a joyful Monday through Sunday life, because that's what is there. So with that, that took a little bit longer, but just wanted to share that verse, 1 John 1:4 has really become a marking verse for what Selena and I want to do, especially here with you guys on the YouTube channel, is all of this we do it so that your joy might be full. So in that extended introduction, I just want to share with you then some verses. I was doing my own Bible time this morning, and these verses just kind of was a chain of verses that I was led into. And these are Paul's rejoicing and joy verses. I don't think it's a complete or total search. There's probably way more where he talked about it, but these are the ones that I kind of was discovered again today. And I just wanted to share them with you. And it's in 2 Corinthians chapter 1. It starts there. And Paul says about himself and his ministry team, he says, not that we have dominion over your faith, but we are fellow workers for your joy. For by faith you stand. And I love that's the very first one I found where Paul says, hey, listen, we're fellow workers for your joy. And we're going to notice in the verses, and I'm just going to read them over the next several minutes, and you're going to see a connection that if you want to experience a joy-filled life, it is in direct connection to your, what's the right way to say that, Lord? It's in direct proportion. Better let me say it like that. It's in direct proportion to your connection to people. Meaning that the more connected you are to people, the more you allow yourself and your life to be intertwined, interlaced with people, the more joy you're going to experience. Almost, if I could say it like this, we will not experience joy in isolation. That's a good one. We need to write that one down. We will not fully experience joy in isolation. It actually says in Proverbs 18:1 that the man who knowingly and willingly cuts himself off and isolates himself from people rages against all sound wisdom and judgment. Guys, listen, joy, our level of joyful living is connected to people. I'm going to read that same verse from the Passion Translation. It says, "But I don't want to imply that as leaders we coerce you or somehow want to rule over your faith. Instead, we are your partners who are called to increase your joy. And we know that you already stand firm because of your strong faith." Listen to that. I love that. Hey, listen, Paul said, we are your partners called to increase your joy. Guys, again, that's what Selena and I want to become for you. We want to be your partners, and our calling is to increase your joy. But imagine if we all, again, took that and that's how we live for the people in our life. My job as a husband to Selena is to increase her joy. My job as a father to my children is to increase their joy. My job coming up soon as a granddad is going to be to increase my granddaughter's joy. Again, my job as a pastor, as a minister, as a content creator is to increase your joy. My job as a salesman and that work inside of my company, my job is to increase the people I work with, to increase their joy. Guys, let's think about that. What if every day that was our main motivation is, well, let me just say, if every day, what if we had two main motivations? If you've been following it all, I've been very fascinated with the book called Imagine Heaven by John Burke. And I love the thought that he brings out in the book that the dominating question of heaven, when one day we go and we stand before our Maker, as everyone says, and we give account to God for our life. All of these near-death experience people said, this is what that accounting of our life looked like. Hey, Brad, here you loved well, and here you could have loved better. So the dominating question of heaven is, how well did I love? So what if every day when I leave my house, I have this thought in mind: Lord, help me love well and help me increase joy. What if those were the two goals of the day? Lord, show me with the people that I'll meet, Lord, help me love well. And Lord, help me increase joy. Guys, listen, that would radically change all of our lives. I think not only would it change the quality of our life, but I think that would redefine the parameters of all of our interactions and our circumstances in the day. Because again, if love is, and we read this as a church family the other night, 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 1, it says, Paul says, pursue love and desire spiritual things. I think it's the Amplified Bible says it like this. It says, make love your great quest in life. So what if we made love and joy our great quest in life? If the whole of every part of every interaction in the day, if just in my mind I'm thinking, okay, Lord, how can I love well here? And how do I increase joy here? Guys, you know what? I'm just going to stop right there. We could go on further, and I will. Please help me remember. I sometimes don't do the best at doing the follow-up, and I apologize for that. There's more verses on joy I want to record to kind of highlight this connection between joy and our interaction with people. But I just feel like we've said a lot already that we need to stop and just think on. How well can I love today? This week, again, this video will come out on Sunday night if you're watching it kind of fresh. So this coming week, starting in the morning, Monday morning, all through this week, Lord, how can I love well and how can I increase joy? If you wouldn't mind, what does that look like to you? Would you put that in the notes or send me an email or go to the webpage and leave a comment? How could I pursue love, love well, and increase joy? And I'd love to hear people's examples of what that might look like in your life, because there's so many different, you guys are all in so many different walks of life and places of life. I think it'd be great if we could hear and see kind of a painting, an image of what loving well and increasing joy would look like for you where you are. Very good. I'm going to land there on the teaching. Hey guys, Selena's been doing a great job with the web page. Go check it out. It's thehollemans.org. We're still trying to work out the details of getting thehollemans.com to look at thehollemans.org or vice versa. And I just want to give kudos out. Selena's just been doing an amazing job with that. So go check out the new webpage she's been working on. Let us know what you think. It'd be awesome. Again, if you'd like to partner with us in what we're doing, we're believing God for 100 partners that'll commit to do $100 a month to just help us not only make more content like this, but to do things like I'm about to talk about. The reason why we're asking for 100 partners is it's in the books. We have purchased tickets. It's in place. It's happening the first week of January 2025. We've been invited by Vita Ministries down in Panama, in the nation of Panama, not the city in Florida, to go and do a family life type conference there, to record 3 or so radio programs that are going to go out. I'm probably going to make a more detailed little video to kind of let everybody know kind of a bigger picture of what we're doing. But we're so excited to be able to do this coming up trip, to get into the nation of Panama. And I'll explain in a future video all the reasons why and why my heart is so alive for this. But if you'd like to help us, like I said, we've already purchased the tickets, put them on our credit card. If you'd like to join with us and help us do that, you can give towards that. Just make a note that says, hey, this is for the Panama Family Conference. It'll do that. I'd love to not only obviously cover any expenses we may incur, because I'd love to be a blessing to them. I'd love to just pay our way and them not have to worry about anything in connection with us. But I also would love to take a good chunk of money down to leave with Miss Jeannie Cook and her ministry and what they're doing, and some more things again that we'll talk about in the info video. Didn't want to take too long with that. But hey guys, thanks again. If you made it this far and deep into the video, thanks for watching. We love each and every one of you. Again, check us out at thehollemans.com, and we'll see you here again next time. Love you.